We often picture royalty as symbols of nobility, honor, and tradition. But behind the gilded crowns and grand ceremonies lies something far darker. History hidden behind silk curtains and velvet robes. One filled with secrets, forbidden ties, and the price of power. This is the dark veil of history. And today, we unveil it. Across centuries and continents, royal families believed one powerful idea. To rule by divine right, their blood must remain untouched by outsiders. From the pharaohs of Egypt to the emperors of China and the kings of Europe, keeping the bloodline pure was seen as essential for maintaining legitimacy. In ancient Egypt, sibling marriages were common among royals. Pharaoh Akhenaten married his own sister, their child, the famous boy king Tutankhamun. But King Tut was born with severe health issues, a clubfoot skeletal disorders, and likely suffered from inherited diseases. Why? Because when blood stays too close, it turns toxic. Let's travel to Europe, where the Habsburg dynasty ruled for centuries. They controlled Austria, Spain, and parts of the Holy Roman Empire, but behind their success lay one of the most extreme examples of inbreeding in history. Almost every generation involved marriages between cousins, uncles, and nieces. The result? King Charles II of Spain was born with a large jaw deformity, developmental delays, infertility, and mental decline. He became king at age 4, but was never truly able to rule. When he died, so did his royal bloodline. A historian once wrote, "The Habsburgs were royalty by title, but hostages to their own genetics." Think this was only a Western story? Think again. In the imperial courts of China, especially during the Ming and Qing dynasties, marriage alliances were just as complex and just as hidden. Emperors often had hundreds of concubines. Many were chosen not just for beauty, but for family ties. Some were cousins, others even closer. Rumors from palace records whisper of one emperor who unknowingly took his own empress's sister into his chamber. No one dared stop it, because in those days, the emperor's word was law, even above tradition. But in private, court physicians recorded unusual patterns among the emperor's children. High infant mortality, repeated birth complications, and mental or physical abnormalities. Yet the empire remained silent, because exposing the truth would mean shaking the very foundation of divine rule. Not all royal unions were about passion. In fact, most had nothing to do with love at all. They were strategic. Some princesses were forced to marry uncles, cousins, or brothers, not by choice, but by duty. Imagine being told at 12 that your husband would be your own blood relative, all to keep the crown in the family. In one royal court, a child born from such a union had no fingers. The empress reportedly held him weeping for days. Then one morning, he simply disappeared. No record, no name, just a note in the servant's log. The cradle has been removed. This was the unspoken cost of protecting a throne. You may think these dark traditions are ancient history, but echoes remain. Today, genetic studies on royal families reveal countless inherited disorders. Many illnesses, like hemophilia, ran rampant among European royals due to generations of close marriages. Queen Victoria of England was a carrier. Her descendants spread the gene across Europe's most powerful monarchies, including Russia and Spain. The result? Some historians argue that the fall of the Russian Empire was partly caused by a sick heir and a desperate mother seeking help from mystics like Rasputin. All because of a condition passed down in the name of pure blood. So next time you see a crown, a royal wedding, or a glittering palace, remember what glitters is not always gold. Behind royal portraits lie torn bloodlines, hidden pain, and sacrifices made in silence. The truth was never meant to be told. But here, in the shadows of history, we lift the veil.